Imagine facing a mirror that does not return your reflection. A mirror that doesn't shine back your face or your sky, but rewinds reality itself. Not a sheet of glass. A surface forged from gold, polished, curved, and carved with precision so extreme that it can gather the faintest traces of ancient light, echoes older than galaxies, older than time as we understand it. When you look into that mirror, you don't see yourself. You see childhood, not your own, but the childhood of the universe. That is the purpose of the James Webb Space Telescope. To peer backward not just across distance, but across the ages, capturing the earliest glow of existence, revealing how the cosmos took its first breath. But when Webb finally opened its golden petals and gazed into the silent black, the universe answered with a revelation that no one had prepared for. What appeared was not the quiet nursery of creation, not the soft haze of the first light, not the gentle beginnings outlined in textbooks. Instead, Webb uncovered a contradiction etched into the fabric of the sky, a reality that challenged every rule we thought the cosmos followed. For decades, scientists believed they had mapped the broad strokes of cosmic history. The Big Bang. The long darkness after the first expansion. Matter drifting slowly, gathering grain by grain. Stars born hesitantly. Galaxies forming over enormous spans of time. The deeper you look, the simpler things should appear. Faint gas. Thin clouds. Smudges of primordial matter. That was the expectation. But the first deep images from Webb shattered that. In a tiny region of sky thought to be nearly empty, Webb captured a brilliant spiral galaxy, not vague, not half-formed, but fully constructed, luminous, its arms coiled like ribbons of fire, its core burning with a massive black hole far older than it had any right to be. This wasn't a cosmic infant. It was a masterpiece, complete, elegant, engineered by gravity with precision. If it had appeared once, it might have been an outlier. But Webb kept finding more. Galaxy after galaxy, bright, balanced, chemically mature, emerging from a time when they should have barely existed. It was as though the universe had rushed through its early years, compressing a billion-year process into the first few breaths of its life. A single question began rising above the others, echoing in labs and observatories around the world. What if our entire picture of the beginning needs to be rewritten? Those early galaxies weren't faint sparks. They were structured, organized, alive with history. To understand how unsettling this is, you must grasp how galaxies normally evolve. Matter must gather. Stars must ignite. Generations of stars must live and die to create heavier elements, carbon, oxygen, iron. Those elements enrich the gas for new stars and planets. That process takes ages. Eons. Yet Webb found galaxies less than 400 million years old that already carried the chemical fingerprints of countless stellar cycles. It should have been too early for anything that complex to exist. But the universe had not been slow. It had surged into creation, erupting, burning, recycling, building itself with impossible speed. And then Webb uncovered something deeper still. In one of these improbable galaxies lay a supermassive black hole more than 1 billion times the mass of our Sun. Even the boldest theories cannot explain a monster like that forming so early. Some proposed ancient black holes born directly from density waves in the newborn universe. Others pointed to exotic physics or unknown types of dark matter. Yet every explanation required breaking rules. And the deeper Webb looked, the stranger the rules became. Patterns emerged, spirals, ratios, repeating geometries that echoed the same structures found in hurricanes, seashells, tree growth, and DNA. It was as if the universe had used a familiar blueprint, a hidden symmetry, to sculpt itself. Coincidence? Or the signature of a hidden blueprint threaded through the bones of reality itself? Patterns that repeat across scales, from shells to storms, from magnetic fields to galaxies, rarely happen by chance. They hint at an underlying geometry, a rhythm guiding the formation of everything from atoms to worlds. And just when scientists thought these patterns might simply be tricks of perspective, Webb delivered one of its most astonishing revelations. In the silent reaches between galaxies, places colder than imagination, darker than any night sky, Webb detected the faint fingerprints of complex organic molecules. Not simple hydrogen atoms. Not the light gases of early space. But elaborate carbon structures, the very frameworks that form life's chemistry. They weren't locked inside asteroids. They weren't clinging to icy comets. They weren't tied to planets or atmospheres. They were floating freely. Drifting across intergalactic voids as though the universe itself had sprinkled the ingredients of biology long before the first star ever ignited. It forced astronomers to ask a daring question. What if life is not an exception, but an expectation? What if creation naturally produces the seeds of living chemistry just as easily as it forms stars and dust? And as that idea took root, Webb revealed something even more haunting. Across an ancient stretch of sky lay 6 galaxies arranged with eerie perfection, a ring of stellar cities, evenly spaced, moving with a synchronized elegance no random process could easily create. Researchers quietly named it the cosmic flower. Its symmetry was too exact. Its structure too deliberate. Every model based on gravity alone collapsed under its precision. Every simulation failed to reproduce its balance. Nothing in the known universe behaved like it. Some astronomers whispered privately that this formation might be more than coincidence, a signature woven into space-time, a kind of cosmic geometry hinting at forces or principles we have not yet discovered. And then came the boldest possibility of all. What if the universe behaves differently when we watch it? Quantum physics already tells us that particles shift their behavior when they are measured. It is one of the strangest truths ever uncovered by science. But what if this effect does not end at the microscopic level? What if awareness, observation, consciousness itself, ripples outward on cosmic scales? Some of Webb's deepest images show faint structures subtly changing, patterns that appear, vanish, then return differently in later observations. It could be noise. It could be instrumentation. Or it could be something else, something that challenges our most fundamental assumptions. If reality shifts under observation, then we are not simply watching the universe. We are participating in it, shaping it, becoming partners in its unfolding. Because what Webb has revealed is not just a collection of ancient galaxies or distant suns. It has uncovered something far more unsettling, a universe that refuses to behave, a cosmos that does not match our equations, a creation story still being written. Galaxies too mature for their age. Chemistry too advanced for the timeline. Black holes too massive to form so quickly. Patterns too orderly to be random. Organic molecules too complex for chance. Light too distorted to follow familiar rules. Webb hasn't merely expanded our knowledge. It has expanded our confusion, and with it, our imagination. It has shown us a universe that may not be linear, may not be simple, may not even be singular in its beginning. Perhaps the early cosmos wasn't empty at all. Perhaps it carried memories, structures, echoes from an era older than the Big Bang itself. And perhaps what Webb is uncovering is not the first chapter of the universe, but the remnants of something that came before. Something vast. Something ancient. Something aware enough to leave a trace. So now the fundamental question has changed. It is no longer, what did Webb see? The real question is, what has Webb awakened, in the universe, and in us? Because once a mirror is lifted toward the beginning of time, You can never look at the cosmos